Look at this. This is all the beer that we drank in this year's beer battle. So real fast before we start, I just have to apologize for the length. This is much longer than any video that we've ever done before, but I mean, there was such good information. We had two special guests who gave us tons of detail about Yeaster brews, the different breweries that we drank beers from, and I really don't want you to miss any of it, so I cut it down a little, but this is as far as I could go because I think it's worth it. I've watched it 3 times now while editing, and I think it's awesome. So I'm going to have links in the description below so you can jump to a specific beer if you want, but I would suggest grabbing a couple beers and sitting back and enjoying because you will learn about Yeaster beer in Denmark in this year's Yeaster Beer Battle 2022 with special guests right here on Travelin' Young. Hello and welcome to this very special Travelin' Young where we are going to taste some Yeaster beer, which I will not say in Danish because I always say Påskebryg. Am I close?
Yeah, pretty close.
Close?
I think the
Wrong.
more beer you get, you will get closer.
Exactly. And you'll see we've got a wider shot this time because we've got 4 of us here. Occasionally Brisket will walk in front of pass in front, so you'll see him. He's very confused. But we have, as always, Jean-Luc Picard, Peter, who's always with us. Very excited yet again to join. He's my drinking pal, I guess, for these at least.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And we've got Peter from Skanderborg Brewhouse, who's been in quite a few videos with us, eating more than drinking lately.
That's a problem.
And I'm very interested to see how this is going to go because we're drinking a bunch of non-Skanderborg brews and Exactly. And then we have a very special guest. I'll let you introduce yourself because I feel like I couldn't do justice.
Because you don't know who I am.
I only met you 3
Exactly.
I met you want some beer.
Okay, well, yeah, of course, I'm Anders Mundelin, and I have been the host for many virtual beer tastings during the Corona period, especially the one you also participated in, the world's biggest beer tasting that we are going to have again here the 14th of May for the second time. So I have a world record diploma at home for the world's biggest beer tasting.
Yeah.
I know.
That's cool.
That was I topped there in my life. Where to go?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to try it again.
Yeah. There you go.
So I guess that's why I'm here. Is that the introduction?
Yeah, very good. Yes, and thank you for joining us. And we had a great time. Peter and I were there, and you were there virtually yourself, and that's how we kind of met actually, because you reached out to us after we participated in the event and talked so highly of your brew when we were there, and so now we've become friends. So
exactly,
it's also a matchmaking event. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of that. A lot of people have found each other at our beer tastings in different ways. So it can do stuff. But it's a good thing about beer. Now we also 4 great guys here sitting. If it hadn't been for beers, we wouldn't have been here.
Absolutely.
I would have been home, cutting my grass or something. Now I'm here. I'm much more happy in my life.
Very good. I'm excited that you're here and that I've been pumped about this for the past few days. It's been, and you travel from Aarhus, so this is a serious thing. But we have, by the way, live via satellite in an undisclosed location, Miranda, and Miranda is going to be our, I don't know, I guess you guys wouldn't know the Vanna White. You know Vanna White?
Yes, I know Vanna White. Yeah.
Vanna White hosted, she was not host, Pat Sajak was the host. Wheel of Fortune, and she'd spin the letters. And that's what Miranda's here. She's going to be the one that helps us interpret what we say in order to place, if you can show the grid, place onto our very special magic quadrant where the beers land. So we feel like this is going to be an interesting exchange with her in this other place, trying to interpret what we're saying as the day goes on. And Peter, this is your genius. So why don't you explain what this whole, rating mechanism is about, because you kind of came up with it.
Yeah, well, I stole it from somewhere and repurposed it for beer. I think that was very appropriate. But basically, we have 2 axes. The horizontal one, you can see that is from beer to medium to very good beer. And the y-axis is how Easter-ish it is. So not very Easterish and very Easterish. So obviously you don't want to be in the lower left where it's just beer stuffed with bubbles, but you do want to be in the upper right corner where the really awesome Easter beer is.
Very good. And that's where we're going to be trying to get Miranda to help us.
Yes.
Place each of these beers where we have selected 12 different ones from last year. I made sure that it was different. I'm very excited, and I think it's time to get started with as you always say, Peter, what is it?
Yeah, we've been talking too much and drinking too little.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got a squeaky chair too.
I know.
Hey! Here we go!
Here we look, we've already discovered we've got the squeaky friends here. The squeaky bros, I don't know. Peter and Anas here.
This looks strange on camera.
I'll make sure to record a good no, it's staying. It's not going anywhere. And look, we've got this like sun situation that you've got like this weird sunlight. No, you do.
Yeah.
Over here on you as we're kind of getting towards the end of the day. But beer number
It was
1.
snowing yesterday. I think don't trash talk the sun. Just be happy that it's here, you know.
3 days.
I like you,
don't
son.
do it.
Continue to stay here. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I need to drink because I haven't. Everybody else I think has had a couple tastes before, but the first beer of the day, Albani. Am I pronouncing it properly? Påskebryg, which I think is a good classic. And my interpretation would be a good classic traditional. And this is a very old brewery, yeah.
Yes, and it's also a very old recipe as well.
Fantastic. Let's do this. It's a good start for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That sausage we've been eating, I've been desperate for something to drink, and this quenches it very well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this, I think, just like, Brisket has an opinion.
Yeah.
This, he'll bark occasionally at people. This, it'll be louder than the squeaking, I promise.
He again concurs.
This is, I think, just like the Christmas beer, to me is like, I feel like I can drink this, have like quite a bit of it. You know, it's not like so heavy that I'd have to stop. I tend to only drink like one beer, but this one I could have a couple because it doesn't feel as heavy. What do you think? Well, you have an opinion, dude.
Oh, well, I think I totally agree. Of course, we're going to have a lot of microbrew beers today as well. And I think we need to see this as what it is. It is a mainstream Yeaster beer. Still from a smaller brewery, Albani, but it's still a big one. So this is a classic, in my opinion. Classic
Definitely.
Yeaster beer as they tasted when they were popular back in the days. But nice drinking, easy drinking.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly taste. But
Yeah.
it tastes as it should be.
Well, and I guess you guys would have been drinking
Yeah,
this for
definitely.
a long
There's
time.
nothing there.
This would be like something you grew up. I mean,
Yeah.
with this kind of classic taste.
Yeah, I remember in kindergarten. That was the first time.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
You're a late bloomer, right?
This is what I remember from my Easter table year and year again.
Yeah. All right, so now we need to try to. If Miranda, you can, from your location, help us place this. This is where the debates begin because, as a non-Dane, to me this is very Eastery because it for me it's kind of I have this very distinct opinion of what that should be.
Yeah.
And I like the beer, so I would put it not there.
We're in the Easter
We're
quadrant.
in the Easter quadrant, but I would move it over just personally to the right of the middle line.
After the midline.
But above.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
So we need to agree on this.
Yes,
one.
we do have to agree on
Oh
this.
my god.
I know, that's why it's so interesting. We have to all agree.
I didn't bring my boxing glove.
It's usually easier when there's only two of us.
Okay, so okay. Of course, it's an Easter beer, as you said. Totally, and it's good as well. I can go for that.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Also, just because
It's
I
also
like
the baseline. Which
good
perfect
baseline.
baseline.
And I can confirm we have discussed the science of tasting these first. If we taste this again at the end, I think it will be top right.
beer goes here.
It's very different depending on the time of day. And,
It's exactly.
All right, well, this is a good start, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
All
Absolutely.
right, well, let's wrap this up and start with the next one.
Any fresh beer is a good start.
Amen.
Squeaky Bros,
Yes.
time to do some more. But this, I feel like you should introduce this beer.
Right, well, this beer is a little bit of a play on the last beer we did because, of course, that is basically a baseline and what what we have all grown up with. So this beer is going along the same tangents as that, but instead of going completely the old style, there is a little bit of a twist to it. So there's some juniper berries and some heather in the beer. So it's basically an old style beer with juniper with some spices in it, basically.
To freshen it up? Or?
To freshen up and give another dimension to it, basically, more than anything else. So,
Cheers.
cheers.
And it's from Skanderborg.
It's from Skanderborg. Yeah.
Cheers.
Who would have
I'm
thought?
gonna find out if it's a good or bad dimension.
Yeah, we shall see.
In
We
a few
shall see.
moments. That's what we're sitting over here. Just
Beer goes here.
I was just like, I got a colleague called Heather. So.
we put her in there.
Here.
It's quite a bombastic beer.
A nice smell as well.
Now it's funny enough. It's a beer that just really splits the waters, and I'm kind of curious whether or not it's going to do the same here. Because some people they love it, and the amount of beer I sell is crazy. And then there are people who just say they don't like it. And I think it's also splits along the line of gins, because juniper berries is something that's very prevalent in gin. So either you really like gin or you really hate gin. There's no to gin. Yeah. So that's that astringency, that back taste to it. That's the juniper berries.
Well, I'll tell you that I'm not binary, so it's not a 1 or a 0 for me. I'm kind of in the middle.
Really? All right.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of your beers, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's good, but it's I don't love it, nor do I hate it.
Yeah, it's
So
right
I
there.
mean, it's kind of in the middle, but yeah, that's kind of, I don't know how else to.
I think I actually like it quite a bit. I don't think it's the most Eastery beer I've had. So I would put it right to the middle, maybe a little lower on the Easter. Also, I feel a little belittled. Now we have 2 beers from you guys. And what's...
We need to start making beer.
I think we should... I would promise you to make a beer for some episode at some point.
All right.
I think that sounds like something we
That's
need to get on.
promise.
Yeah, well,
Pinky promise.
it's because you guys want to like populate that lower left corner as well.
Exactly.
And we go
Beer definitely goes there.
You'd be like, I don't even know if this passes as beer, Josh. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Where's the spit? Yeah. So I feel like in this, did you want to add anything?
No, it's fine.
I feel like in this case, you need to abstain from
I
this
say
vote.
nothing.
All right. Miranda, I think it's time to go back to Miranda. Hello, and help us place this one. I think it's. I feel like I started last time, but I'll say less Eastery, and but a middle line beer.
Yeah, I would say a little better than middle line. So I would put it maybe close to Albani, but below Eastery. So it's lower right, below the Påskebryg from Albani. There, pretty much.
Oh, but still over here.
Well, I think it's off to the left
I
a
thought it
little.
was over.
Yeah, I think it should be over to the left because this is
other
the
side.
yeah.
Oh, so
But this is the Easter
yeah.
ranking and this is the beer ranking.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want to push it just a little to
Oh,
the.
you
Just-
right
I wanted
there,
to
right
touch
with
the
the
line.
awesome beer, awesome
Yeah,
Easter
so
beer.
do you
This
want
is
Peter
Easter,
to
right?
come back or what?
This is Easter.
This is Easter.
Yeah, right. So
No.
it should go.
a little left.
I think it should go.
Yeah,
to the
not
left.
left of the line, but on the line maybe.
It's too early already after beer number 2. We don't know the charge.
Yeah.
So what
Cheers.
is this bad beer and good beer? Not Easter, that is Easter.
No. So good beer, Easter beer. So
So
Yeah.
bad beer, not Easter beer.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I would put it there. Because
Okay.
it is an Easter beer,
Yeah.
and it's not bad, but it's not awesome.
Yeah.
So, beer.
So you're saying about the same level as Albani, but to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we?
I remember that.
I don't agree.
No?
I would put it in dead center. Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it right
Center.
there,
Dead
right
center.
there.
Right there in the middle.
Is that a compromise?
That is
Yeah.
because Peter's in the studio.
Yeah.
We just put it center.
That's a compromise, I
Fine
think.
for me. Fine.
Yeah. I like how you called my house a studio. It's like it's a legit.
Oh, you have a lamp and a camera. If then everything is a studio.
There you
Just
go.
take it.
It's a low barrier to entry nowadays.
So
Alright.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing this, by the way.
Yes.
Cheers.
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 Okay, on to the next brew, which is Svaneke, one of my favorite breweries. And if folks remember, if they watched, I took some Svaneke to America, my dad tasted the Yule Brew and he loved it. In fact, he didn't like any of the other ones he tasted.
Really?
That was it. This may be the only one that we actually did do last year.
Yeah.
But part of it is I'm just a fan of the brewery.
Yeah. But this guy's one of the people who taught me how to brew, so I'm also a fan of the brewery. So, Jan, good job.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you say for an Easter beer, it's more light than it actually should be?
Yeah.
If you look at what a color should be for an Easter beer,
Yeah.
in classical format.
But yeah, then that's the whole issue we got here. I mean, what constitutes an Easter beer?
Yeah.
I mean, we know what we have grown up with, but is that Easter? But yeah, for this particular, the point you're bringing up, yeah, it's too light to be an Easter beer. If we're going the traditional way, that's for sure. Is it tasty? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
good.
absolutely. Would you say it should have more spices in it to the Easter table, with all the food?
Oh, now we're bringing that dimension, and yeah, that's
Yeah, we're not having food.
not at all. It's just this way.
Just drink the beer, man.
That's a good point. I'll say that, like, my interpretation as an outsider is that there is a lot more spice to an Easter beer than this.
Strength and power.
Yeah. What's the alcohol?
I think it was something like 6.
6, 5,
I would
8.
get it.
5.7.
5.7. Yeah.
Feels like it should be at least 6.5, right?
Yeah. But the fun thing about the whole tradition behind it, not just the Danish tradition, but just regular crisp Easter beers, was that you're getting to the very precipice of when it was possible to brew beers back in the old days, because refrigeration wasn't a thing before 1870. So before that, the temperature outside would be too warm to brew a beer that would last long enough for people to actually drink it. This was something you'd live off of. This would be your primary source of nutrition, basically, back in the day. So they would brew something that was really strong and that could keep through the entire summer until not spring, fall would come around. The temperature would fall and you can start brewing again. So that's the Oktoberfest thing, because yay, finally we got fresh beer again.
Yeah.
So that's
why.
that's why usually these Easter beers are stronger in the alcohol to make them more
Long lasting.
preservative.
Yeah.
And that's
Preservatives or something.
Yeah, no,
It will preserve. It would be
to preserve it. Preserve it, yeah.
Messing with it.
So,
Cheers.
But really nice.
Well tasting, really nice beer,
Yeah.
but maybe not that Easterish.
Yeah,
I would agree. Yeah.
Totally.
So, Miranda, we need to go to the chart there in the undisclosed room.
Yeah. So lower right, I would say.
Lower right, because it's a good beer.
Yeah.
But it's not very Eastery.
Yeah.
So I would say not quite to Peter's Head.
Yeah.
That's Peter's
Right
Head.
on.
Not quite on Peter's Head, but getting close to Peter's Head.
Yeah.
You
Did we
did-
lose the satellite link?
There we go. We're having a satellite
yeah,
link
yeah.
issue.
No,
Oh,
okay,
it's back.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
it's
I actually like it. So
the sunlight doesn't know. It's
Getting
interfering
closer.
with all the signals.
Yeah.
Is this good? Everybody agree with this?
Yeah.
I mean, every Svaneke beer I have had is good beer. Is a good beer.
Yeah.
It's good quality, it's good everything.
Really nice
And
beer.
I still got some. Cheers.
Cheers, yeah, for Svaneke.
And by the way, I'm drinking out of a Svaneke glass, so that makes it. Mine is a little bit better than yours.
Are you paid?
No, I need to work on that. We're back with another beer, and you
Number
brought
4?
this
Yeah.
is number 4. Yeah,
Actually, we both.
I'm making life easy by having the number. So number 4. Why don't you introduce this beer?
Yeah, so this one I picked up from my local store. It's called Indslev Påskebryg. Really nice and fruity, flowery smell. And I actually like this very much for my Easter lunch. So this one is my when I up the game on standard Easter beer.
So I would have this if you invited me to your house for Easter.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in my cellar.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You'd save the good stuff.
Yeah.
And here we're playing a little bit with it, right, Peter? So we have the playing with the wheat in an Easter, which we normally don't see.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that I'm not gonna I'm going to maybe abstain from this one as well because I used to work at this brewery.
Also?
Also at this brewery. And the whole idea behind this brewery originally was to only make wheat beers. So the Indslev brand of this brewery, who also has Ugly Duck, only makes wheat beers. So they could not use wheat in this particular. But they did a great job at doing that. And also the color of it.
Yes.
And the great thing about using the wheat is it gives a lot of body to the beer.
Yeah.
So
See, so for me,
as well, right? Nice fig foam.
for me, like, you know, it's interesting because my beer tastes have a lot to do with where I happened to physically be when I was trying beer for the first times in my life. And Germany was one of the first trips I took to Europe with my parents when I turned 21. And I drank a ton of wheat beer. So for the longest time, that's all I wanted to drink. When I came back, wheat beer.
Yeah.
Then I went to Belgium, and then I was on the Belgians.
yeah.
but wheat beer is like always been part of my DNA because that's like one of the first times I really got good beer.
Right.
Was going around Germany drinking Weiss beer and stuff, and that's it's always
It's good stuff. Yeah. Oh, and the brewmaster who developed this recipe was actually German trained. So he's no longer there, but the brewmaster who is there now, Torben, continues the tradition in a perfect way. So.
Nice.
Good job, Tom. In wheat, you know, it divides people into two.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost, you know.
Usually the ones that like it is a big representation of women as well there. My wife really likes this beer.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe you might actually be able to continue this line, but when I used to
About
There, is it a there?
It's a there.
You know what? Go for going on? Okay.
No,
I'm ready.
when I was working in Midtjylland at Viborg, I could not make a wheat beer and sell it. Everyone literally was like, never make a wheat beer. They hate wheat beer. And then I go to Fyn and they love wheat beer. I mean, you literally have a brewery that can dedicate itself to only making wheat beer. It's funny how it's also a regional thing to an extent in Denmark. So,
but you also back there in the days, right?
yeah,
So where we in the Nuller.
Yeah, I'm showing how old I am now.
Because there was sort of a thing with, if you ask me, with wheat beer back
exactly.
then.
Yeah,
A lot of places, and maybe we've seen a decline
on that.
in the happiness about wheat beer for the last 10 years. But now we see again
A resurgence.
that people are really working how to make great wheat beer, so you don't get this thickness. In Danish you say rød ål. That is normally what you don't want in the wheat beer because it becomes clingy when you drink too much. So you have to you have to take a pilsner to get the taste off again afterwards. So I think we are beginning to see new sorts of really tasty, great wheat beer.
Yeah.
But it is on because we had a decline because there was too many just thickness. It fills up, you know. With wheat. And I think this is probably from back those days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this
What you would call a classic wheat.
Classic wheat beer. Yeah. With a twist because it's not. Of course, I know the regular wheat beers they make, but it's not an exactly 100% classic wheat beer. They did do something to try to make it a little bit more Eastery, if you want to call it.
Yeah, but also wheat beer is not super Eastery, is it?
I guess not here in Denmark, but if you go to Germany,
Everything is wheat in Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's normally not that much.
No.
Yeah, so we need it, Miranda. If we can get you to, you're enjoying a beer over there, which I appreciate. All right, so I think we all agree this is a good beer. Would that be? Oh, but maybe.
I'm not quite there.
You don't
I'm
like
not
wheat
quite
beer?
there.
No, go ahead. So where would you place it? About where the arrow is, maybe? Is that what you?
I still don't get this totally, to be honest.
And I feel like
I'm just saying yes when you say that.
So good beer that way.
Easter beer.
Easter beer.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I don't think it's an Easter beer, but
I would agree with that one because it doesn't. Yeah,
It doesn't
wheat
invoke
beer
that.
isn't. Yeah.
it's a well-drinking beer. It's a good beer.
Yeah. So below the horizontal line, and maybe a little lower on the left.
Yeah, maybe left and
But
slightly
you really
lower.
like it, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
It's your cellar.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Proudness.
It's in your cell. That's true.
yeah, but it's not Easter, so I would go
Like down
a
slightly.
little down.
Yeah, okay. So good beer, but not Easter.
Yeah,
beer.
so down slightly.
Yeah.
Vanna,
Yeah.
Whoa!
There we go.
That's a little bit too far down.
Going
That
down.
puts me into like, I don't know, what's the opposite of Easter?
It's
That I'm okay with it.
Yeah? This is good?
Yeah.
I think
All
it's,
right.
it's not going to be better.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cheers.
Oh.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, on to the next beer. We're on to 1 to 5. I'm still capable of counting, so that's good news. And in this case, one of my favorite islands. I went to Bornholm first, but that was my second Danish island to visit. And I went to the brewery when I was there. But I'm not going to say it because I'll say it wrong.
Oh, do it. Please.
Come on, go for it.
Ærø?
Yeah.
It's actually not that far from away, but
Like 85%.
I was expecting something like Ærø. So yeah, well,
Ærø. All right. Cheers.
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 This has definitely got more color.
Yeah.
I would say.
Much more. I also think in the whole sense. The smell.
Easter.
Yeah.
Easter.
This is what you call classic Easter smell.
Yeah, this is like going old school Salvatore, the original Easter beer from Germany that kind of started everything. That's old school Easter beer in my mind. So that has to go way up in the Easter scale.
Yeah.
But I also think there is this freshness in it.
Yeah.
It's not too bitter. You can drink a lot of it.
It's harmonious.
Get drunk
Yeah.
really fast if you want.
Yeah, what is the...
Higher.
I can't... see,
6.2 I'm just...
I'm 46 now. 6.2. What do you think?
6.0.
I'm gonna say something like closer to 7.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. You, what do you?
6 clean.
6 clean, huh? All right. Well, let's see if I can find it now.
But that
Where
that,
is it?
the
31.
caramel.
Oh, that's
Caramel.
Yeah,
31.
Yeah, 31. No, that's the.
That's
Well, this
the
is good.
stronger.
Is it okay? Before I get to that,
All right.
the date on this, 5/31/2023. Do you really think it would be good in this bottle for that long?
See, that's the funny thing because beer never runs out. It can never be bad in that sense. It just develops differently. So I think this one, if you've had it for a very long time, it will start to taste a little bit more like sherry port wine. It's gonna get these sherry port wine type taste.
Well, that'd be
But
good.
stored.
Yeah. And some people actually store it.
For that purpose.
Yeah, of course, if you put it out in the sun hot, it's not going to be good. In 2023, I can promise you that. But
So, by the way, 5.
Five.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
it tastes more.
Yeah, it's maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that caramel was actually...
Maybe in 2023, if we had it, it'd be a little bit different.
Let's hope not.
So I kind of remember classic beer as a thing that came up when I was young, and people started drinking because it looked different on the label. But how far away is the traditional classic beer from this beer? I feel it's a classic, however Eastery.
I think we have more spices here.
Oh, I think so.
More taste, more in the smell as well.
Yeah, but not spices, but more spicy or more
Spicy, yeah, of course, yeah.
There's more depth to the taste to this beer compared to, let's say, the first one we had, the second one.
Yeah.
There's a lot more.
Second one, yeah.
Definitely.
You mean this Skanderborg brew house?
I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
Yeah, I actually agree. If we take the beer number 1, the Albani, that was also a classic Easter.
Yeah, and just like
And then
Turn it up a little
here,
notch.
just give a little bit more microbrewish.
Yeah.
I think, right?
exactly.
Yeah, but it's
I
still
agree.
within
I agree.
the same.
I compare that to the Albani a little bit.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and so we wanted to mention too, you're going to eat this last sausage.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Our pal Jesper.
Yes. So I went to visit Jesper this morning.
Yeah.
And he said that you know exactly what's going to go down later today.
Yeah, because we also have a big pork shoulder, maybe, that I think is a pork shoulder that I smoked all day that we're going to be eating after the next beer.
Yeah, so Jesper sends his regards with some really spicy, nice sausage.
Mm-hmm.
And these bad boys.
That bag was full when we started.
So now the sausage is gone. So I think I should bring more next time.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna fill up with these guys.
It tasted really good.
Yeah.
All right, we need to rate this beer though. By the way, back to Miranda. And
All right, I'm ready.
Location.
We're really Easter here, right?
Yeah.
I would
Easter.
Easter which
Going
is
up.
Yeah.
But if we also say that it's Albani, but just with a touch of more,
Yeah.
then maybe it can't go too far away. Or
Yeah, no, it's a little north of Albani, I think.
Yeah, so a little higher than Albani, but I'm gonna say a little bit
It's
more.
not
Like
Easter.
slightly. Yeah, more Easter for sure.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I'm actually not in agreement
Oh,
because
my
not so much with
Wow.
the goodness of it. Yes, I agree with how good it is, but rather because if we're saying that Albani is the baseline of Easter, that must mean if this is a good Easter, it's got to go further up.
Well,
But
yeah,
that's-
it is up. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that may be too high.
So this is low,
Yeah.
this is up,
Yeah.
up, down. It's just if you don't,
Yeah. Up.
Trying to help you.
Wait,
Going
what?
up, going down. That's two.
Wait, what? Wait, what? I would say higher up on the Easter scale.
I mean, that's pretty high on the Easter
Yeah,
scale.
it
I mean,
is.
because this would end up being then one of the most Easter. You're not leaving much room.
Yeah, but then
For
that's,
future
that's the
beers.
whole point.
We said-
What
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Easter
that's true.
beer?
We'll have to
Well, don't
try-
go more right though. Don't go more right.
Just up.
Yeah. Left
Bring it
and
back
up.
left, and then
Maybe you found the spot there, right?
right here. How's this?
Right, Peter.
Are we good here?
Yes.
Right, Peter.
Well,
I say-
we're
I say-
conceding to you.
Wait. I'll say baseline the middle because this is the old style most Eastery you will get.
Yeah.
And then we can start discussing what Easter is.
Yeah.
So this is the best example Easter-wise of an old style.
Yeah. I could live with this.
Yeah.
Can you live with this,
I can live
everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're quite agreeable.
I can't live with Peter taking the last sausage piece, but I can live with that one. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Super good.
So now we're at Øffer.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at this one.
All right. So we're back and we're ready for another beer, and this is from Ørbæk. Ørbæk.
Ørbæk.
Ørbæk.
Yeah.
Ørbæk.
Here's the Funen.
Funen. Yeah. So tell me, because I feel like there's a lot of microbrews and a lot of beers that we're getting generally in Funen. Like when I think about the size of compared to Jylland and Sjælland, I mean, there's quite a few beers in there. Is there something about?
I think
Is it just the beer in
the
my
good
head?
thing is actually they have been much better at marketing themselves because they even have gone on the it's like 10 years ago this kind of do a beer run around Fyn because there was enough of the good breweries on Fyn that it was possible to do like a beer run. Because technically speaking, there's a lot more breweries on Sjælland. They just don't know them because they're so small. They're like the local village knows that microbrewery, but Fyn doesn't have that many compared to Sjælland. But you just have a lot more that you know. So in that sense, they're really good.
We've got Albani, Fyn. Isn't this? Is this? Yeah. I mean, heavily
Ærø is
represented.
close to Fyn.
Ærø is technically Fyn,
Yeah, it's basically one of the islands.
so we're
We
going.
don't have anything in Sjælland yet.
Not yet.
No.
No, we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So maybe we should just.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks. Cheers.
Not enough space.
Exactly.
But I would like to know why they call it an Easter.
Because it doesn't taste very Easter at all.
Where's the Easter in it?
Yeah.
Except that they want to sell it.
It's
up
an
to-
Easter.
Amen. Amen. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. This is where the honesty comes out.
Exactly. We're 6 beers in. We're
Yeah,
doing this.
I know. Well, I'm.
Sorry, Andreas.
If I should help that, then I would say it's because it's some freshness to the Easter table thing.
with food.
Yeah, because when you have a lot of greasy, like the fiskefilet, the eggs with the mayonnaise on it, so you have these fat dishes, then this, of course, would be a fresh beer to drink to it, compared to maybe a more classic, the Easter ale we got here, that was much more, as you said, spicy as well. This is more freshness to the table.
Yeah.
But it's not an Easter beer.
No.
Well,
Well,
because it does bring out the heaviness of it. It's 5.8%.
Is it?
So it's
Wow.
still living up to that the heaviness and the
It
conservative.
doesn't feel like it.
And it's gonna kick you.
Yeah.
Could feel it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Miranda. Let's see where this lands in, because I feel like we've got a pretty general consensus that this is not very Eastery at all.
Very good. Not very Eastery. Yeah.
Now,
You got it.
how do you guys feel? I'm going to abstain from this because I'm a pretty judgmental about IPAs in general. So I would put. So I'm going to stay off this chart.
I think it was more fresh than the Svaneke.
Yeah.
More fresh, more good, but less Easterish.
Yeah. I think this is good.
Gonna take it there.
New school Easter. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, maybe it's
that's a
new
good
school
name.
Easter,
Yeah,
yeah.
new school Easter.
very good.
Fresh, yeah.
All right. Well, cheers guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep.
Death Star that my brother brought back, or gave me to bring back from, he didn't bring back because he doesn't live here. I brought it back with me from America, and we're going to try this, which is basically, I mean, you can't even see, it's
oil.
Yeah, it is. It's 100%, you can't see through it. And then
It just hits you.
yeah, you can smell the alcohol just hits you.
Really.
I just remember your brother as a huge capacity on beer knowledge.
Yeah.
He's like way out of this. Well, not this league. But
Yeah, because
into
we've
this
got
league.
this league on this side of the table.
We can't hit it.
This is. It's.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
you
know
can't. I mean, honestly, this is about the most I could drink.
It's a lightweight. It's only 14.8%. So
No, it's not 14.
So that's
not Danish standards.
Yeah. No. It's good though.
It's quite good.
I haven't looked actually how strong it is, but Frederikshavn just made like Denmark's strongest beer. If it's the strongest, it's up like more like
Isn't it
close to the 20, 21, 22, 23, something like that.
Have you ever had a beer like this in Denmark?
12.
Yeah, in Denmark, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's in Frederikshavn.
This is just a simple Sunday
Walk to the park, you know.
when I'm just
But it's
sitting at home
delicious.
at the terrace in the sun on a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
morning.
Sunday
morning.
Honey, bring the Death Star. It's that time of day. I think the alcohol is too tough on it. You know, they haven't. How do you say?
It's dominating.
Conceal the alcohol in taste. I think you just get smack of alcohol in your face.
I think it's because of the smell too. I mean, as you're drinking it, smelling
you get
it's
it
all,
exactly.
all
when you
senses
drink
are
I don't even think they're trying to
hide it.
hide it. I mean,
No,
with a
they're
name like Death Star, you're not trying to make a sour beer.
We're back from our lunch break and our Death Star. And we are now on to...
And the pulled pork.
And the pulled pork, yes. That
The
came
delicious
from...
pulled pork.
Jesper did most of the work in butchering it for me. And then...
The app.
the app, the Traeger app, did the rest of the work. Yeah. I feel like I shouldn't have told you that part. I've lost all
It
credibility.
was my first app meal. I think it was quite good.
Very good. And this is from Herslev.
Herslev.
So we got a Schellen beer, which is I think the first in the list here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
And let's do this. I like how, by the way, it's like an Easter egg on the logo. I like that.
It's a small.
Oh yeah.
Good and the yellow Easter color as well.
Yeah.
What happened?
We lost the TV.
Ooh.
That means we've lost our satellite connection.
You must
Hold on a second.
Clap
Wait a
on.
second.
Don't have an app for that. You need to find an app for the TV.
Cheers.
This is when it all... Wait, and I feel like I got up and actually...
You're
Yeah, no,
looking
it's right
for-
there. It's right there. It's right
Are you guys okay?
I saw it.
You wanted me to
I just wanted to get
see
up.
what would happen.
How far can
Keep
you go?
holding. I also saw the bottle. This is going to be hilarious.
I saw it all.
Pandemonium in there.
Yeah, I was there. This is where this tasting is going to be. And it's going to be right now.
I can't do it.
I'm crying. Fugo! It's the Death Star.
It is.
Taking control of me. All right, well, we got to
And you didn't fall, so.
No, the beer did.
That was the most disappointing.
So you're going to get to open that one.
Yeah. I mean,
How many days later is it now?
So,
I don't know if it's something with the capsule or something, but I think this beer is a little bit flat.
Yeah.
To be honest, a little bit boring. Normally, I like Herslev. They create great, well-tasting rounded beers normally, but and I have tasted this before. I don't remember it that flat, so I don't know if we have just gotten the wrong bottle or something.
It seems like it's oxidized. That's basically what it is. This is the one reason why whenever you're bottling any beer, you do not want any oxygen at all present during the bottling of the beer, because it probably was a very, very well-made brew when it was fresh, but unfortunately, because of the amount of oxygen that is present when it was bottled, it's just lost. It's like if a mountain was the taste, and it was up there, someone cut the top of the mountain off, and it's just like this flat feeling afterwards.
Okay, so I feel bad for the people that wait till 2023 then, because it feels like it's going to be, the mountain's going to be...
No, but then actually that also promotes some of those sherry port wine tastes that I was talking about. So in that sense, we're getting there quicker.
Yeah.
So it might have been a good Easter, but now it's over the hill.
It's over there under the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't taste Easter at all, really,
No.
myself. So, Miranda.
All right.
But we've all decided, by the way, you're going to get to taste the next beer with us, even though you've been drinking the Albani.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like I'm going to be almost too negative if I were the one to...
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy, so
You're going to abstain.
just gonna abstain.
Peter,
Yeah. So
we
I'm
have
gonna
no
put it-
skin in the game.
So I think upper left is my game. I think I feel
It's
Easter.
Eastery
Yeah,
enough,
but I
really?
also feel it's top, and maybe there's something wrong with the bottle. I learned a new word. So
Oxidized.
yeah. So I would put it to the left and maybe slightly over the line.
I would have put it here.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say.
I would personally say yes, but...
Okay. Yeah. Maybe go a little more left and a little up on Easter. Perfect.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, but more left.
More
Yeah,
left
more
for
left.
sure.
Yeah, it wasn't
More
great.
left.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Gotta go more left.
It might have been the bottle.
How's that?
A little more, I would say. Yeah.
I feel like this... Yeah, let's leave it at that. Is this good?
It's fine.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right.
Well, there you go. I've also had some good dark beers.
Yep.
From there.
Yeah, they produce really nice beers.
Yeah. I have to say, by the way, I was afraid I'd be out-petered when we first planned this out, but thankfully, we're even. Even Peters and non-Peters.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. It was just
Yeah, squeaky. So you haven't squeaked in a while. How's it going in that chair?
I forgot to squeak.
So now I feel like I should have reminded you.
No, that's stupid.
So Pho. This brewery. By the way, we were talking earlier. Jonah Blacksmith is going to play at a festival at this brewery in August. I may go because I want to go visit this part of Denmark.
Yeah.
I like this brewery, at least the Christmas brew.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jonah Blacksmith. This may be a perfect combination for Josh. At the beginning
1
of
gives
August.
3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited to try this out because, it's one of my favorite Christmas brews.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this... You just went ahead. I love it.
You're talking so much.
Cheers!
Not too much talking, not enough drinking.
I was not told in the briefing that we were supposed to talk that much. We drink beer, we talk about the beer a little bit.
You kick them over, you go for the remote. So I can't tell the subtleties that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But to me, I mean, I like it.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, the Christmas one was tops.
Killer.
This isn't like above, like that was like way above the rest for me.
Yeah, this is just more middle of the road.
Compared to the other ones that we've been drinking.
Yeah.
Try to guess the alcohol.
5.3.
More.
6.2.
More.
Okay.
7.
Point.
Then if I'm gonna guess, this is the guess. 7.4.
7.7.
Wow, this is the highest.
Yeah.
That
I guess
I
we
couldn't
had.
taste.
Except for
No.
the tar. This,
Oh yeah,
that's tar.
That's
It's a
tar.
half tar. It's a half
This
tar.
is a half tar.
Yes, exactly.
It's a new system of measurement. This is a half tar. Yeah, well,
You can't taste that in a bad way. That it's 7.7.
No.
yeah, it's interesting because one of the other,
That's
I've
bad.
already forgotten which one you were talking about where they weren't hiding, or maybe it was the tar.
That was the tar.
Yeah, weren't hiding the taste of the alcohol, whereas here,
Get it smacked.
yeah. This wasn't like a punch in the face at all. So in this case, Miranda,
I'm
you
here.
have also been tasting this. What are your, what's your feedback?
It's interesting. Like it kind of tastes sweet to me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it doesn't taste like very beery. That's probably rude.
No.
How you feel is all that matters, right? I mean,
I
but I've never
mean, I
heard of
drink
not
it,
tasting
but it's
beery.
not
Is that a new-
necessarily like I don't have strong feelings about it. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put my my thoughts on. So this one. I'm gonna go because I don't know as much about what Yeaster beers are supposed to taste like. So I'm gonna put it like, you know, maybe like here.
Boom.
Boom. Good beer.
Actually, you know, no. I'll say it's good beer. Maybe here.
Well, that's saying a lot about beer that doesn't taste like beer.
Yeah, it's a good beer, but it's not beery.
Yeah.
I would put it more towards the left.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would agree. I think
maybe
it's-
over here.
Well, boy, these are massive leaps.
Yeah.
I feel like it could go to the right a little bit because I think it's a better beer than that, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's super Eastery.
No.
No.
I agree.
I feel like it's on the line. I think it's on the good beer line.
Yeah.
What do you guys
the
think?
left? To the left of the good.
To the left of the good beer line a little
To
bit.
the left of the.
I feel like you're being like you're
You want to hold?
you're
go
holding
for it.
back.
Bring it. Bring it.
Just say it.
It's not there.
You think it's off to the left more?
I think you should decide.
I'm also holding back a little bit.
I
I
think
think it should
it's,
go way
yeah.
further left.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think you are allowed to place this one.
Ah. What do you think?
Yeah, so I agree. It's in Miranda's words, not particular. It's not amazing compared to what I've tasted from food before.
Yeah.
And also, you said it might be a little bit oxidated.
Yeah.
So it might in the Herslev comparison might be a little broken in the bottle. And that puts it somewhere in the same area as
Yes.
Herslev.
Yeah, that I want to get behind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it might be that the next bottle is better.
Yeah.
I feel like it's slightly more Eastery than the Herslev,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, so a little
maybe
bit higher.
a little bit higher than.
Yes.
Is this good? I feel
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
I can get behind this, but it's a consensus. We're
It's a
we're all the
compromise.
team. It's not just.
You're pulling it in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel- yeah,
That's
yeah.
brand loyalty.
Yeah, yeah. I want them to be
recommend that.
happy when I go to the festival. Like,
Not sitting all the way at the
yeah,
back.
exactly.
Look
We've
like
got a
that.
spot for you, Josh.
It's
right next to the
over
toilets.
there.
It's not inside the toilets.
All
It's
right,
great
cheers.
acoustics here.
Cheers. But it's still beer.
It's
It
still
is.
beer.
Yeah, never forget.
Cheers, Miranda.
On to the next, and Peter, what is it not?
It's not Roskilde. That's what I thought when I
Yeah,
bought it.
it is
Brokilde Yeaster Bunny
from
from
Tuul.
Tuul. I knew. I know them. I really like the one we tasted at the world's largest beer tasting event in Tivoli.
Yeah, which we just determined was world domination.
Yes, that was my favorite of that tasting there.
All right.
Yeah.
Really nice beer. Really nice beer.
Yeah, it is. It was
The
good.
world domination.
Yeah, yeah.
You turn
6%.
down the- Turn down the
Yeah.
phone.
6%.
Yeah.
Super light.
What is
Yeah.
it that gives this special?
Wow.
Yeah. It's the yeast that gives. Well, that's probably why they've also called it yeasty. Yeaster bunny.
Easter
Yeah.
bunny.
Yeaster bunny, because it is the yeast that produces this phenolic off.
Yeah.
For some beers, it's an off flavor. You would never want this kind of taste in a beer and a pilsner beer. But for this particular style beer, it just works wonders. It has this
Jumps in the brain.
clovey cloves. Some would also say barnyardy, floral, and some. It's this beer. This particular yeast produces so many different types of off not all flavors, estery flavors and phenolic flavors. That it's just a symphony of different types of tastes.
Because symphony, wow, this is very orchestral now. All of a sudden, goodness,
We're playing on different keys.
maestro,
Playing on all tangenter.
Yeah, exactly. The keys.
But I feel for the first time that taking a sip of this one really just jumped in my face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think this is super. Well, I feel like you should own this. Because to me, this isn't super Eastery, but I guess it has as you say, a different style of Easter beer than a Danish style of Easter beer.
In that sense, I'm going to put it on the same scale as Ærø. Ærø is an old school, like the Salvatore style Easter beer. This is I would say, even older school. The way that these were brewed back on farms in Belgium. So in that sense, it's Eastery because it was made at those kind of times.
But if we look at this, well, I mean, she just plopped it where she thinks you were saying, but that would make it the best, not the best, but the most. And I don't know.
Easter, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
And it probably should be on the other side of the Ærø because the Ærø was more east, right?
Traditional.
Yeah, I think
it's
exactly.
And I want to say they're easily the same Eastery. They're just different styles.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on what one's perception of Eastery is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that regional in Denmark? I mean, if you were in a different part of Denmark, would they feel different about that? Or would I have to go to Belgium?
I will refer to the 100% Danes. I'm only 50%.
But I think also I want the chart to represent what I really like from a beer.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go and buy this for an Easter beer. It's out of my territory for the style I like. So I think lower left of Ærø, that's fine.
Yeah.
Lower left of Ærø.
Yeah, but it wasn't
like where it is now. Is that I feel?
We'll take it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can compromise with that. Yeah, I would prefer it. What the upwards is Easter. Right?
Yeah.
I prefer it there, but just because it's just style-wise. With regards to the taste, that I think it's a very well-made Sæson beer.
Yeah.
But
I'll say I had this before now because I picked it up and I enjoyed it the first time, but I didn't have. I don't know how many that is, other beers. That day I just had this
one beer,
So that changes the taste a little bit.
True, very true.
All right, time to move on.
Yes. Cheers. What's this?
All right, we're down to the final three.
That's right.
Our
SchwesterBrau.
chart, which has got a name, which I'm not looking at. Our Magic Quadrant.
Magic Quadrant.
Is starting to get full. This is which we are holding the can, and I can't read without my glasses, so I'll leave this up to
it's
you.
from Aarhus.
Aarhus.
So Eastern Jylland. Making the microbrewery Humleland in collaboration with SchwesterBrau.
Okay.
Yeah. And personally, I don't know them, but
By name or just by brew?
yeah, both.
It's a very small brew pub that's on the harbor in Aarhus. So I just wanted to bring stuff that I knew most of you would not know.
Never
So I brought the very smallest microbreweries that you could possibly think of. They have a really nice bar and wine bar as well, so you can get wine and beer at this place, as well as some really nice food. But what I really liked about this was, actually I didn't know that the Brokilde was going to come, as the last one we just had was going to be here. So I thought this would be the only French Saison style beer. But now it's the same one as before, although in the sense that it's the same style. Although this one has more of the traditional peppery taste to it. I don't know if you necessarily...
I can smell it already.
I really like the smell of it. Really fresh.
Where Brokilde is taking something that is usually not very substantially mainstream and trying to make it a little bit mainstream. This has more of that traditional peppery, estery, phenolic taste to it.
So, as somebody who's ignorant and just drinks beer, that would be me, not you. Tell me, what? This is in a can. What's the benefit of having it in a can versus a bottle? What is that gonna? Well, you're looking at me like there's some kind of.
No, it's just how long time do we have?
And I'm thinking, how do I answer this in a way that is very short and
So,
sweet to
Peter,
the
tell
point?
me.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch us for our extra episodes of bottle versus cans.
All right, so
30-second version.
30-second version, or at least as close as I can get the 30-second version. The good thing about a can is that it will protect your beer better than a bottle will, because of the fact that any light, artificial or sunlight, will destroy a beer because it breaks off a certain part of the hop molecule that makes it taste like skunk. Mm-hmm. And no one wants to taste a skunky beer. Mm-hmm. So, of course, if you have a completely opaque can, it protects you from the sun. So that part's good. If you can correctly, if you properly can, then you can also reduce the amount of oxygen that is available, so that oxidized taste.
Well, that's why I ask, because of what we've experienced.
The problem is if you do it wrongly, you get it even worse. And there's unfortunately a lot of examples of that out there where it gets even worse than what we've had right now.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't 30 seconds, but I feel it wasn't an entire episode either.
Voting time.
Voting time, yeah.
But in general, you are more secure that the beer is good unless they can because it hasn't gotten any sunlight.
Yeah, it limits the exposure to all the things that can. Yeah.
So normally you would get a better beer in a can. Yeah. And actually, if you go, as you say, to actually now high class places, gourmet restaurants as well in England, especially also some places in the States. Now it's normal that when you order a beer, they just come with the can.
Yeah.
Because it's become a piece of art.
Yeah.
So where we before it was trashy with a can, now it's quite cool. So you just get a can on the table with a glass.
Yeah.
And you can actually do that now on high-end restaurants. It's quite interesting what's going to happen now.
That's true.
And that was good, and I heard a lot of squeaking while you spoke. All right, Miranda, let's take a peek. Oh, there we go. Good job.
There it is.
Let's squeak it away.
So,
all right.
I think comparing it to Brokilde, it's better.
It's better. Yes, in my mind, it's better than Brokilde.
Maybe upright to Brokilde.
Yeah. Bunch Ærø Brokilde and SchwesterBrau Humleland together, because it's in the same category.
Yeah. So cluster it with Brokilde, just a little upright from Brokilde. So,
but Ærø's more right.
In the old sense, yes.
Yeah.
But higher, Miranda.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got to
squeak it
out.
out.
Is that how you speak now? He's giving you 10 squeaks, everybody.
That's
exactly the 10 squeaks.
I think it's actually there.
Yeah.
Sorry
do it
to
like
cluster
that.
it like that, but
it's quite a funny cluster because these two are quite
very different.
Yeah, but still Sæson. But then you have the Påske Ale here,
and
we cluster that. That is quite
interesting.
interesting.
And the funny thing is that we're already saying that a Påske Ale is more of the taste-wise more like the traditional, but it wouldn't have been necessarily in the old sense an ale.
I think, but I influenced it up to the right.
Yeah.
But still, it's still good.
My bad.
Yeah. It's all good. All right. Well, let's skål.
Skål.
Go.
So I'm going to say this right here, which is that when I know nothing about a beer, I like labels.
Yeah.
And this is a really cool label.
Yeah.
I really like the label, because sometimes if I jump into a store and I know nothing, I mean that's the marketing. Sometimes is what pulls me in.
Yeah. Okay.
This is dark.
Quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You said I feel like there's slight sweetness to this.
Mm-hmm.
But a slight, actually. Not too much.
Yeah. But it tastes a little sweetness that I hadn't really in the last couple.
And some new spices I haven't had before today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious how you put this on the Yeaster scale, because earlier you said that you wanted spices.
Yeah.
This is a very spicy beer.
But is this marketed as an Easter beer?
It's marketed as it's kind of in the sense that it's made when the plants are available made. So seasonally made. Yeah. I wanted to bring this brewery once again because this is a very, 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 very small Aarhus brew house.
Almost the size
brewery.
of the bottle.
Yeah.
That's the whole. That's they brew one bottle a year.
For us.
And
that's it right there.
That's it right there.
Thank you.
Well, so I mean, we asked Peter.
Sounds
to,
like a brewery placed in a living room.
we did. It was just
And the funny thing is that this guy actually inspired me to become a brewmaster. Nils was working. Unfortunately, I don't remember what he was working as, but he was just bored in his job, and he thought to himself, 50 years old, I do not want to keep doing this job for the rest of my life. I'm going to buy my old childhood farm. I'm going to move back in, and I'm going to start a brewery. And that's what I'm going to live off of. And now 70. He's 70, around 70. 20 years he's been making this brewery.
Nice.
This beer at this brewery.
So for the first time today, I taste a little bit of licorice.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I'm glad you said that after I tasted it.
Yeah.
It's also an IPA.
Yeah.
It's a licorice IPA.
It's a licorice IPA. Good luck.
Does anyone know CPR?
What? Oh my god, I'm sweating now. All of a sudden. I taste the spices and stuff in this one and some of the other ones for sure.
Yeah, so it's peated. So the malt that they use has been smoked with peat. And there's some Myrtle Gale in it as well, which gives this spicy characteristic that's almost herbal to a sense, which is very, very characteristic of Tisted, is what we know as being the Svaneke Gul and along those lines. But the Røgne is what you pick up on the licorice.
Yeah.
So the fact that it is a very dark, Eastery beer with spices, I mean, it's definitely a take on the Easter beer. That's what I brought it.
Early Easter.
Early Easter, yeah.
All right, so Miranda, based on all you've heard, assuming you heard us well in your remote satellite location there, where would you think we would place this on the scale based on your observation? Because you have control, actually, in the end.
I feel like this might be controversial.
Oh, it's there. Huh?
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yeah. It's close because this is my best beer so far today.
Wow.
You're welcome, Niels.
Yeah.
It's fine by me, actually.
Yeah.
I also think it's a very delicious beer.
Yeah.
So I did all right.
You did great, Miranda.
So remote, but still so close.
Yeah. Really amazing. Yeah. So this story you told Peter was like, and I had quite a few beer now. It was almost like echoing, and I saw you double almost.
Exactly. And that's because I'm such a wide man.
That's why I'm on this side.
I
balance it out.
Oh, I'm just kind of in his peripheral vision a little bit. But.
So I'm gonna see Vildmose when next in Aarhus. Yeah, for sure, because this was really a nice experience for me.
Yeah. Remember to bring this episode, maybe you get a discount.
There you go.
All right. So with regards to music, he does a lot of folk music like this. He does some concerts at his brewery, so might actually be a fun way.
John Blacksman?
Maybe.
Mumford and Sons.
Do it, Nils. Do it.
Yes.
We're there.
All right, so we've got one more left. Let's say
Looking forward
cheers to this and
Cheers.
wrap this up.
Happy Easter.
All right, we're on to the last beer.
How many did we have?
We've had 11. I think.
Yeah, 11.
I feel like that's the number I remember. I'm not gonna try to count them. And this is number 12.
22.
Yeah.
We're at 22 now.
Exactly. He was seeing double a minute ago.
And I like this already because of the bottle size.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then maybe.
And the glass.
You bought it with a glass.
Well,
But yeah.
Oh, I got a new.
Braunstein.
Is this
It's for you.
a new glass to my collection?
woo! Good day then.
Any day that I add a beer glass is a good day.
I feel that we can make an episode entirely from walking through your glass cabinet.
I think we could.
Exactly.
Because I mean, some of them have stories.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm in, Romania and I drink a beer and I like barter with the waiter to try to buy the glass from him on the way out. I mean, a lot of them very interesting stories. Some of them are boring. Like I ordered online and had shipped to my house. it's a
Easy
big mix. Yeah.
This is a funny
Or
story.
the craft break.
This is a funny story. I clicked buy and it came 2 days later. It was amazing.
Oh. Wrong
You
glass.
want me to drink out of the new glass?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
How many centiliter is it actually in this?
Yeah, it looks like a
75.
wine bottle. Yeah, like 75, right?
Also, the missing beer glasses would be the ones that broke in transit. They're not in the...
Oh.
But you've kept all the shards.
It's the last one now.
I did for ones that made it and then broke like in the house.
Yeah.
I did. There's a Tinnets. Have you had a Tinnets velvet from Scotland?
Yeah.
I got that in Scotland and the glass broke and it was only like 3 pieces. So I glued it together. I mean, I'm never going to drink from
out of
it.
it, but
Never will
still
drink
have
out of
it.
it, but I still got it in the...
Nice.
So this one, it's an IPA, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah, and you know me. It's
Braunstein.
just
Braunstein.
Braunstein?
Yeah. What does that even mean? Is it?
I don't know.
It's
Very
Brownstone.
famous Danish
Brownstone,
whiskey
yeah.
distillery.
Brownstone, right?
Yeah.
Whiskey distillery.
Or
Yeah.
is it?
Where is it located?
Isn't it whiskey? Braunstein?
Yes, Brownstein also makes the distillery. I don't remember
Yeah.
anymore.
We started as a distillery, right?
Where are they located?
Køge.
Køge.
Cool, yeah.
Good. Chiller.
And
Cool.
9%.
Yeah, and they've been around for a while. They're one of the pioneers in the
My
industry.
poor eyesight plus drinking makes it look like 99%.
We've got 99 problems, but here ain't one.
Oh,
All right.
cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Let's hope we can remember it. Or
I got all the footage.
I don't
So.
know, too.
When we see
Let me
this,
make
we'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, that
I
did
still
not
see a red
happen.
light. It's still recording. No, this is, I mean, I don't know if it's 11 in. That makes, that's what it takes for me to enjoy an IPA. But
Yeah.
this is pretty good.
yeah.
Wow. Hey, Miranda, maybe you should jump in a car and drive over here real fast and try this.
Let me see what I can do.
2 hours later.
Goodness! Hey, Miranda's here. Look at that. Take a sip of, here you can take mine.
Okay, I have to be in the camera. Let me see.
Yeah. Sit on the no.
My lap's over here.
At this point, I'm not going to say no.
You can drink it and then 10 hours later when you get back you can take my glass.
Goodbye.
No, it's all right.
That's spicy.
Take mine and I'll
It's
share with
boosty.
Josh. Yeah.
It's a boost.
Hey. So I enjoyed this more than I expected.
Yep.
I would, because I'm not a IPA fan, as we all have discussed a few times on and off camera.
On the phone as well.
On the phone and in our past, and over
In
the
the
past
car.
many years.
Messenger.
Messenger, I texted, don't bring IPAs to
WhatsApp.
my house ever. They're not allowed inside. And
Why you do this to me?
Yeah. Wrapping up this with an but it's quite good.
It's not very IPA-ish.
No, it doesn't.
I can't help but think that. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But it's
because
good.
It's not
I
very
can taste a
IPA.
piece. I can taste a little
Yeah.
of the bitterness, but it's not as bad.
Yeah,
Or
thankfully,
heavy.
because it's so malty and so high alcohol, the bitterness just balances it
Yeah.
beautifully. So it's a delicious tasting beer.
Yeah.
IPA?
Easter?
Yeah.
I know.
Good
it
beer.
doesn't-
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Good
Yeah.
beer.
Very good beer.
Absolutely.
Miranda, since you've had some of this one as well, where would you place this if you were to
All
place
right.
this?
She's gonna spite us and put it all the way in Austin's ear. And
I'm not sure
She's
how
laughing
the
like
how
that. I
the
know she's
spiciness plays in. I'm not an IPA fan, so I'm not sure I'm the best person to judge this. I think based on your comments, I'll put it maybe here.
No. I mean, I might even put it slightly to the right, but
Yeah.
I think on the Easter
Yeah.
scale
lower.
that may be a little bit lower.
Slightly lower and right.
Yeah, I think a little below the
Yeah.
line.
I would say compared to the Svaneke, it's a really good beer. So
I
same-
would go with that.
Yeah. Same
What do you
with-
guys? Or do you,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always like to look at what we've already done.
Yeah.
If you
they're
look
all
at-
right here.
They're right there. I mean, we're placing it definitely good beer wise.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But we're saying that this one is more of an Easter beer than some of the other ones that are already a little bit lower than it. I'm not in agreement with that. It's not. You don't normally place an IPA as being a
Yeah.
Easter beer.
Well, I think you moved it too much into the good beer category there.
Yeah.
But maybe better on the Easter beer scale.
Little up and
Yeah.
left. Yeah.
Do you feel better about this, Peter? I want you to feel. I want you to feel good.
I can
about
get
it.
behind that.
Yeah.
Is everyone in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Fine.
I can go with this. So based
I
on.
still really haven't understood this.
Boom.
I just say yes.
Cheers! It's not much different than
my
what
concern.
we've seen.
So based on this, I guess if we think about the Easterness,
Yeah. And
Is that a
beer.
word?
Good Easter beer.
Easter beerness, then I guess the
awesome Easter beer.
does this become the winner?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
like
I mean,
nice
this
to
is
me.
high on the Easter scale, and this is an Easter drinking experience.
Yeah.
Pretty good on the beer scale.
Yeah.
I feel like this in the Magic Quadrant land is the
The winner.
Yep.
wow.
Is this the second? Is this the
That would be
runner-up
second.
one?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
And from a marketing standpoint, there's a cute little chicken on
Aw.
there. And that's like a.
Oh, so we need
But-
it to
but
go
this
higher
one's-
on the Easter scale.
This one's got a moose on it.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true. That's true.
Easter moose.
You don't eat meat.
And it's almost like a deer.
Yeah.
chicken.
Oh my dear.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my deer.
Oh my beer.
Oh my dear.
All right. Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us,
Yeah.
Peter. Thank you for
Always a
joining
pleasure.
us as well. I mean, it's fun when we're able to
To hang
bring
out.
you in and hang out, of course, and you for the first time, Manus, coming
Yeah.
with us. I mean, it's
It's been a real honor to be here, I must say.
I mean, it's an honor to have you here. I mean, it's when we started doing this Christmas
Yeah.
back when we had, basically just a couple hundred people watching our channel. It was fun, but we didn't think it'd become more and more fun and more people would get involved, and that's what makes it cool.
Yeah.
Building a little community,
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. So I appreciate you guys being here. And Miranda's camera I don't think is working anymore, so we're just gonna have to say thank you unless Miranda were to come the 10 hours back again. It feels like a
The
lot of
polar
work.
bear's finally
It's
got
a
it.
long way.
Yeah, it's quite long. But thank you so much. I mean, it was a ton of fun. We'll have a list of all the beers below. And I don't know what else there is to say. Do we
See
miss
you
something?
at the Tivoli.
Tivoli, yes, please. Once again,
Yes.
May
Exactly,
14th. Is that correct?
May the 14th. Yeah, the 14th of
May
May.
the
yeah.
14th.
May the 14th. The 14th of May, we will try to make a new world record
Oh
to
wow.
make the world's biggest virtual beer tasting, and you can watch it on TV2, and you can buy your tasting box, so you have all of the beers
Yeah.
on the Craft Makers Collective.
I will make sure to have that link below as well.
Perfect.
And I think Peter and I, with our friend LP and Miranda, will also be there again. It was so
Yes.
much fun at Tivoli last time. So
And I just checked today, there will be 3 all new beers, you haven't tasted before.
Ah.
So 3 world premiere beers for the world tasting beer tasting.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna
Fantastic.
be great. Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's gonna be really nice.
Cool. Well, thank you
Cheers.
so much for coming, everybody. Thank
Thank
you.
you for inviting.
Cheers. So much fun.
Cheers.
And skål. We'll see everybody later. Bye-bye.
God påske.
Yes.